Our nurses are more determined than ever, clearly, that they aren't going to give up until they achieve the pay that they deserve. And it's not just about pay for the nurses and the nursing staff, it's also about what the effects low pay is having on the health service as a whole. We've got record numbers of nurse vacancies, and that's affecting patient care, and it is demoralising nurses and healthcare assistants and other healthcare professionals all over the country. We already know over a third of the nursing staff in the country are due to retire. When that happens, if we continue to see an exodus from EU nurses working here and we continue to see a drop in nurses applying to become student nurses, then we're going to see a real problem. We've made clear that if the government still refuses to remove the pay cap, that we will put the ballot for industrial action straight onto the table, and what that industrial action may look like has yet to be decided, but that will be the next step. So it's clearly in the interest of everybody, including the government, to remove the pay cap, give nurses a decent pay rise and draw a line under the sand.
I've been a nurse, I've been a paediatrics nurse for nearly 9 years now, and I've just been promoted sort of into a more senior level. And due to all the cuts that we've had to suffer since 2010, we're all struggling. At the moment, I live and work in London, but I'm having to sort of, we're cramped in into a one-bedroom home between me and my 4 children and husband. So I'm finding it very difficult.
I now have to do extra shifts every month to kind of make ends meet, to have the kind of lifestyle I want to have, living in London as a young person. I'm having to do sometimes 20, 30 hours a month on top of what I already do, which is, pretty tiring, pretty knackering. And I don't have a family. I'm not trying to support a family. Lots of nurses have kids, and they're trying to, if we've heard from people on the stage today, they're living in one-room flats within London because that's all they can afford on their salary with like a husband and kids. Like it's unsustainable. We're going to have to keep protesting. I don't think they're going to give us anything. They haven't given us anything the last 4 or 5 years. They're committed to austerity. It's going to come about only if we pressure them. If we take more protests. We don't want to have to strike, but the government's pushing us to it because it's making our working conditions unbearable, our living conditions unbearable, and they're the conditions that we have to treat patients in. It's running down the whole NHS and making the situation really bad for patients. So it's not tolerable anymore. We've got to stand up.